Chris, what are you doing?
Welcome to It Takes a Village. On this episode, we're going to learn all about fire and EMS.
Now get out of our fire engine.
I'm Brian Weicker, Fire Chief here with the Village of Fredonia Fire Department.
Mike Justin, Captain, Village of Fredonia Fire Department.
In October, I will be with Fredonia Fire Department 30 years. I have 3 generations of family that have been part of this fire department here. June of 1990, right after graduation from high school, I joined Waubeka Fire Department. In 1996, I got married, left Waubeka, and joined with Fredonia because it was closer to proximity to my house, and have been here since.
When I was 2 years old, my great-grandpa brought me to a fire station. Not because we had planned on it, he just ran out of stuff to do with me on that particular day. That's where I fell in love with the fire service. When I turned 15, I became a fire explorer through a small volunteer department. When I was 17, I was able to take EMT Basic through Youth Options in high school and acquired my fire certifications when I was 18. Now looking back, August of this year, it'll be 15 years in fire and EMS.
The fire department was established in 1923. Can you kind of walk us through a brief history of the department?
Established in December 7th, 1923, it consisted of about 14 members of the community at that time that we consider our charter members that started the department. Originally, we're in the police station as a firehouse. That was our original firehouse here in Fredonia. And then we moved down here to this area. Actually, the building we're sitting in right now was in 1976. In 2016, we added on to the firehouse here to accommodate the bigger equipment that we were getting and also more office space that was required in training areas.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about how that equipment has changed? You're right here in front of Laverne, I believe it is. I imagine that's changed over the years.
Yeah, this Laverne is our original piece of equipment. This was our first fire truck here in Fredonia. We're able to retain it. Over the years, the volunteers have changed a lot in what they do. Back in 1923 was whoever wanted to join the fire department could come down here. They would get issued a rubber coat that's behind me and would go put out a fire. In the late 1980s, things changed and it went more to education was required. As a volunteer, we have lots of options here. Just being a driver. So a driver shows up here, they can just drive our ambulance, sign up just to drive our ambulance. And then we have our basic firefighter. As long as they get state certification, they can respond to all fire calls. And then we roll into the EMS side of things. We start out at the level of EMR, Emergency Medical Responder, which is a shortened, condensed course. And then we roll into an EMT basic class, able to run on our ambulance and fulfill a spot of one of 2 spots on our ambulance for responding to calls. And then there's an EMT advanced level. And most recently now, we upgraded to the paramedic level.
So, Captain, maybe this is a good point for you to jump in. Tell us, why do we need paramedics? What's the difference between paramedic level versus all of the other levels that the Chief just talked about?
So at the paramedic level, the education requirement up front is a bit more significant. So it's typically 60 college credits in about 2 semesters. A lot of hours in the clinical setting, a lot of hours in the lecture setting, as well as going out and doing ride time with other fire departments. Really the difference between an EMT and a paramedic is EMT basic can recognize an immediate life threat and either initiate CPR, initiate that bleeding control, or some basic life-saving medications. At the paramedic level, we have a lot more tools in our toolbox. So
the paramedic program, as we know it, is fairly new here in northern Ozaki County. Chief, can you just talk briefly about how it came to fruition and who all is participating in the program with it?
Sure. Ozaki County Sheriff at the time had reached out to the northern communities here in Ozaki County and said that he had a concern about our response time, our paramedic response time, not our ambulance response time, but our paramedic response times. And so in light of that, we as chiefs in the county approached Ozaki County, and there was disbursement of funds to allow us to start up a paramedic program here in Fredonia that covers the 4 municipalities here in the north end of the county. Town of Belgium, Village of Belgium, Town of Fredonia, and Village of Fredonia. It took us about 3 years to get ramped up, but here we are today. I'm proud to say that we are fully staffed. We have 3 full-time firefighter paramedics, and we've got 3 part-time here filling the roles of the paramedic level for us. And Mike is one of them, and 24/7 coverage now to help us with our ambulance service.
So the fire service has always traditionally had a background of being a brotherhood or a sisterhood. We become a family here because you see a lot together, you experience a lot together, so that grows kind of a mesh together that is really unbreakable. And I just want to reaffirm to the community that the volunteers are here, even though we have full-time staffing here. They will stay here. We can't do it without them.
Currently, we're sitting at 31 volunteers here that are fulfilling the needs here of the village of Fredonia. And we have also 5 active honorary members that are retired members that still show up here every single Tuesday night and participate in trainings, participate in the meetings that go on, show up at all the calls. And then we have a junior program that is maxed out right now currently, where we have 5 junior firefighters that are high school age kids. And that is a huge benefit to us as far as keeping the membership rolling here in the village and showing them what the volunteers do. So as a secondary offshoot of the fire department, we also have our Fire and EMS Association. That was formed about 20 years ago in response to the fire department raising some funds to pick up the extras, right, that the taxpayers don't or can't afford. So we have a annual broad fry that is on usually on trick or treat day here in Fredonia. We also do raffles and things like that throughout the year that we raise funds for doing extra things. The sign right behind us here at the firehouse was a $16,000 ad that we, as the Inspired EMS Association, did when we added on and remodeled the firehouse here. Fire and EMS Association also provide 2 $1,000 scholarships to Northern Ozaki Scholarship Foundation every year through our fundraising efforts that we do.
Most importantly, what I'd like to share with the residents of the Village of Fredonia is that this is your fire station. We're your firefighters. This is your equipment. Stop down anytime, ask questions, ask for a tour. It's our privilege to work for you. It's a privilege to maintain the equipment you've gifted us to maintain in a state of readiness for you. And that if you have a problem and you need to call 911, we will be there.
Always accepting volunteers. And if anybody's looking at a potential career in fire or EMS, we're here for you.